Part 3 of our demo today is about what's called creating what's called an accent bar. And to show you what this looks like, I'm going to hop over to Photoshop, and I've got this composite image, this thing put together about Super Bowl 50. And the accent bar part of this is, and I'll show you right here, the accent bar part of it is this kind of green bar that runs right across. Let me make a quick adjustment here. All right, I got this green bar that runs right across here, and I used kind of the Carolina Panthers color on that. This box that you see running right across here, this bar that you see running right across here, is kind of helping the text to pop out off of the page a little bit. And you know, these things can be kind of helpful. So I'm going to close this version of the image. Let me just pull up the original version once again and show you how one of these accent bars is created. All right, now I'm going to turn off my layer that has the accent bar on it and show you how to do it. Alright, so here we go. The first thing, if you want to put an accent bar, here's what the image would look like without the accent bar. So if you want to put an accent bar on here, and again, it's just kind of a box that gives that text some place to sit. Alright, well, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to make a brand new empty layer, and you can do that a number of ways. Layer, new layer, like that. Layer menu, new layer, and you just click OK, and it just makes a brand new empty layer. There's nothing on that layer. Now the next thing I'm going to do on that layer is take the rectangular selector, the rectangular marquee tool, and I'm just going to stretch out a box that is the size I want it. Now you'll see that I can always transform that if I want to. Now to begin with, I'm just going to fill that box with pretty much anything. It doesn't matter. I'll just use white in this case. I'll just fill it with white, and I'm going to deselect here. And again, my monitor doesn't refresh like it should, so I'm going to minimize that down, bring it back, and we can see better what's happening here. All right, so that's basically the accent bar. Now you can transform it if you want to. I could stretch it out a little bit extra so it goes beyond the edges of the document. And if you're ever in a situation where you want to like tilt it, you can do that if you want to. You can tilt it. You can make an accent bar as thick or as thin and make it at whatever angle you want. I'm just transforming it. Now, you could certainly lower the opacity of that some, and you see how it fades out. You can still see the bar, but the bar is still kind of doing the job of giving the text some place to sit, and you can still kind of see the background through there. I've got the Levi Stadium in the background and the trophy, and you can kind of see it through there a little bit. So opacity is something that you can certainly play with. Now, if you make an accent bar, you can also go to the Layer Styles button and do things, for example, like a color overlay, and say, well, I want this to be a color that's in my document here, so I'll get some of that Carolina Panther blue, and click OK there. And you could add other things to it, like a stroke. Maybe I want a black stroke that is on the inside and make it a little bit bigger. And maybe I want, you know, again, it's what we've always talked about. I could add a drop shadow to it if I wanted to. It is a matter of just kind of dressing up that accent bar however you feel like you want to. And you could do things like drop the opacity of the accent bar to fade it out a little bit. You could even change a blend mode if you wanted to try and change a blend mode and see if that has any effect on it. You could. But an accent bar can kind of serve the purpose of giving some text a good place to sit. That's what I did here. And it's an idea that you might use, you might not, I don't know, but it's just a matter of making a new layer, use the rectangular selector, fill it with a color, and then dress it up the way you want and do the things you want to do to it. So there you go. That's an accent bar. That's the end of part 3.